Hi everyone, welcome to my run on Dimensions End Transcendence Tier 5 Reckoning, featuring the widely popular team comp of Cid Raines, Aphmau and Bartz. And this was really a team comp that I was very much looking forward to. I was always a fan of Bartz, and I've already had his BT weapon coming into this event, so I went ahead to green his BT plus weapon the moment I was able to. And I have to say, this team comp is extremely strong, and I hope that this video will give you an idea why they are widely regarded as a very powerful, maybe bordering on broken team comp. The strategy behind this team comp is to immediately go to BT mode with Bartz as soon as possible so that your party benefits from his BT aura. Right after that, Cid Raines and Aphmau can hop most of the turns with their turn manipulation shenanigans. So Aphmau will pull Cid Raines back with her LD buff, which is called Tactical Switch, and Cid Raines is able to pull Aphmau, or if you need to, Bart's turn back with either his S2 or his LD. So essentially you just alternate between the turns of Aphmau and Cid Raines will do massive damage each time he launches, and your damage is sort of maintained or sustained throughout the fight because of the BT aura from Bartz, which complements the strategy very well because Bart's BT at 3 stacks also provides the party with some sort of a brave refund after every HP attack, and that helps to fuel the next launch from the Cid Raines and Aphmau core. He also does provide a very handy Wind Enchant and Imperil, so to ensure that your party will always be hitting for elemental weakness damage. So the start of the fight is pretty straightforward. Essentially what I did at the start is to apply all my call debuffs. I brought Jack, Shantoto and Kurasame. It is pretty flexible in terms of the call abilities. All you really want to do is prioritize call abilities that can lower the enemy's defense or increase the brave damage done. And at the start I used Cid Raines to pull Bartz's turn so that I can immediately go into BT mode with Bartz, but right after that I then start the Cid Raines and Aphmau linking together so that I can alternate turns between them while Bartz's BT aura is up. A little bit about the fight. There are 3 thresholds that you need to pay attention to, and when you look at the main boss in the middle, the one with the Lufenia orb, you really want to pay close attention to when the boss is about to hit the 79%, 49% and 29% HP threshold, because as you can see here, I've just passed the 79% HP threshold. When that happens, he will sacrifice both his minions, and his minions will do some sort of kamikaze attack on your party. The thing that you need to know though is that if the minions have 50% or more HP when this happens, their kamikaze attack is an instant KO, and you can't prevent the KO by any means. It's sort of like a Lufenia orb expiring effect. So what you want to do is to always bring the minions to at least 49% health before you bring the main boss in the middle to each of the HP thresholds. Again, those are 79, 49 and 29% HP. I did goof up a little bit here because unfortunately the sequence of kamikaze attacks broke some of my characters, and it led to the boss in the middle being able to let off an attack as well and getting another turn. Luckily I did have Shantoto paralyzed up, so that saved me, but I did burn the Shantoto framed debuff, which is kind of a waste. But if you do it correctly and you turn manipulate as efficiently as possible, you are able to comfortably fit in your team's turns and not let the boss in the middle get a turn. Anyway, the HP damage isn't too bad. Aphmau can actually heal the party with her converted brave attack, so all you just need to do is get her puppets up and spam her brave attack to heal the party back to full. After each kamikaze attack, the boss will resummon the minions and they will come back at full health and with no debuffs. The no debuffs isn't very important. The only thing that you need to do then is to repeat the cycle. So you once again need to bring the minions to 49% health before the boss hits the next HP threshold. The idea also is to not waste too much damage on the minions if you can help it, because any damage below 49% is sort of like a waste. When they hit 49% or below, their kamikaze attack does extremely little damage that is mostly negligible. So any additional attacks that you do to the minions past that mark will be a waste, because you could have actually then used that turn to damage the boss instead. So it is a little bit of a fair balance here, and if your party does have strong splash damage, for the most part that helps to bring the minions to the HP threshold. But otherwise, with this party, you can also easily do that by just have Raines launch the minions once each, and that will bring them already very close to the 49% HP threshold. Okay, so I've done my part on the minions the second time here, and I can now start to refocus on the boss again and bring him to 49%. Okay, so 49% health has been reached, so once again it triggers the Lakefire attack from the minions, which is really their kamikaze attack. And as you can see, because the minions were at 49% health or below, the Lakefire attack does pitifully little damage. And because Bart's BT aura ensures that your party has always have Brave remaining, the Lakefire attack shouldn't actually break you. And right after that, the cycle repeats one additional time. So from 49% to 29%, all you want to do is to start damaging the minions again before the boss gets a turn. I guess coming back to the Raines and Aphmau combo, it can be a fairly complicated combo to pay attention, because you do need to keep an eye out on the buff count on both Raines and Aphmau. That's why you can see that sometimes throughout the fight you see me checking the buffs on Raines. What you want to do is actually plan 1 or 2 moves ahead. As long as tactical switch is up on Raines, his turn will always come back right after Aphmau takes a turn. And Raines can always pull Aphmau's turn back, so as long as tactical switch is up, you should be safe for the most part, and you don't have to worry about the boss getting a turn. If tactical switch runs out, you do want to reapply that as quickly as possible using Aphmau's LD. And then after that, every time Raines gets a turn, you do want to plan between either his LD if you need to pull both party members back, or his S2 cavalry rush if you feel that only one party member is needed to come back, or you also have to use S1 periodically throughout the fight to refresh his S1 buff, which is quite important. Beyond using his LD or S2 for turn manipulation or his S1 to refresh his buff, if you can squeeze in his EX, you should be using his EX as well, because it does represent big damage and also has the added utility of debuff cleansing on the party or buff dispel on the enemy party, which is quite handy. So once more, I've brought both the minions to below 49% HP. A little bit of overkill on the minions part, but that's okay, I guess. Can't be helped due to the high damage ceiling that Raines had. So here I'm sort of bringing the boss to 29% again to trigger the final kamikaze attack. So at this point, you don't have to worry about the minions anymore. From 29% to 0, you can just safely kill off the boss and it won't trigger any more Lakefire or kamikaze attacks from the minions any longer. At this point also, I think is probably the best time to pop your summon if you need to. I was just saving my summon as an emergency button, and I actually ended up not needing to use the summon mode. But depending on your team comp, if you do need that extra breathing room, popping a summon here would allow you the extra turns to hopefully finish the boss off without having to worry about the minions getting a turn. And that's it. I hope this video has been enjoyable, and as always, if you like the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Lufenia Plus fight. Bye!